So I'm going to talk about what we're starting to see. No matter where you go these days, whenever they build a new grocery store, you are seeing these Chargepoint stations here in Georgia. It's mostly Chargepoint. You're seeing Blink somewhere, but Blink sucks. Those don't even, I've never even plugged up to a Blink charger, as a matter of fact. But anyway, we're seeing these Chargepoint stations, and the good thing is they work. So when you see them, they're definitely working, but the only problem with them is they tend to, I don't like it when people are staring at me when I'm filming. It really gets on my nerves. But what do you expect? You know, people think I'm crazy because I'm sitting out here with a camera on myself. But yeah, the Chargepoint stations, unless you're using the CHAdeMO, they're really not very good at all. They're not very fast. They're somewhere around anywhere from 10 to 16 miles of range per hour if you're lucky. I don't know why it fluctuates like that. You know, these experiences have been by using my Model X, which is a 90D with the high amperage charging, and still I don't really see much of a benefit to going with the Chargepoint. It's best if you can get your hands on a Tesla supercharger, because what's up, man? How you doing? It's best if you can get to a supercharger, because your time's gonna be a lot better spent. As a matter of fact, most of the time when I go to a supercharger, I find myself having to rush back to take the car off the supercharger so that I'm not blocking another Tesla owner who may be wanting to charge. So, and with that being said, the supercharging station is literally 4.7 miles from this location that I'm at right now, this Publix out here. So, so yeah, that's another advantage I have. I'm very close to a supercharger. I mean, it's right in the Midtown area, and it's just easy for me to get to it, and which is a great thing. So, my review on Chargepoint, I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give them a 5, with Blink probably being a 2. But like I said, that's not really fair because I haven't plugged up to a Blink, and there's a Blink right by my house, but I have a high-powered charging station in my garage, so I've never even bothered to use it. But there is a Blink station literally right around. I mean, it's not even, I'm not kidding you, it's like, it's a few hundred yards away from me. And I've never bothered to. I went and inspected it, looked at it just to see if it was good to go, and it seemed operational, but I didn't plug it up. So I will do that. But for now, from what I've seen in places where I've charged up and just needed to get some juice, Chargepoint is, I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, definitely a 5. I would give like the local the airport at Hartsfield, the Atlanta airport, I would give their charger, okay, I'm gonna give Blink a 4. Blink's gonna get a 4, and airport charging stations, even though they're nice and new and they work and everything, those are dreadful. Those charge at a speed of anywhere from, it's like plugging into your wall at home. I mean, it's that bad. So gonna have to give like airport charging and stuff like that probably a 2, maybe a 3. Of course, plugging into the wall would be 1 on a scale of 1 to 10, and then having a supercharger is definitely a 10. Having the high-powered wall connector in your garage is definitely, I'm gonna say, along the lines of an 8, because it's just badass. I mean, I get speeds of up to about 56 miles of range per hour at home, so that's pretty good. But yeah, the 100D, it provides a lot of comfort. You just don't have to worry about, oh, is it gonna take, is it gonna be, for me to take this trip, is it gonna put me under stress? Am I gonna have range anxiety? Not. With the 90D, there's no range anxiety as long as you stick with the whole ABC method. A, always, B, charging, you know what I mean? If you stick with that, and by the way, James Cook, you stole that from Alec Baldwin, so I had to steal it back, you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, definitely, as long as you stay on top of it and you plug up wherever you go and you find a place to plug up, then you totally don't have to worry about it. You never have range anxiety because you're always, you know, sitting around 80 to 90% and you're always good to go. And you know, and the way it works is you actually have more downtime. That's the weird thing, is your downtime is better spent because you're not rushing around and having to deal with a gas station. You ever been like we don't have this problem so much here in Georgia, but you know, being someone who's driven literally well over 1 million miles in a gasoline car, you know, you ever have that situation, you know, you want to go home, let's say you're just going somewhere and you got to stop and battery's dying. I gotta wrap this up, but you want to stop somewhere and refuel your vehicle. You know it's going to be best for you because you don't want to be in a situation, but it's like freezing cold and you don't want to stand outside. And I know you could just get out and, you know, you gotta be a man or a woman about it, whatever. You gotta be tough about it and just, like I said, here it's not a big deal. Georgia, we don't have to deal with the heavy winters like the guys up north, man. And I know what you're dealing with. Wow, some serious winter. But anyway, you don't have to deal with that. You know, it's like I always get to pull, you know, I leave from a warm garage and you know, it's just nice to not have to deal with the gas station in general. It's not even just about that. It's just not having to deal with pumps not working correctly and all this other BS, you know? Who needs any of that? Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up before this phone dies. Thanks for listening.